Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Student Success webinar for Cal State Dominguez Hills. We are the CSUDH Alumni Mentor Program. And in today's board, we have Blanca, Kimberly, Kira, and myself, Adrian. So an overview of what we're going to talk about today. Here are some of the topics we'll cover during this webinar. It's a little bit just about us, talk about mental health and why it's important, safety on and off campus, some guidelines, some internship opportunities and why it's important, some academic success tips, why it's important to go reach out to your academic counselors or advisors. And then also it's a big thing to get involved on campus. So a bit about us. My name is Adrian. I'm a sophomore here at California State University, Fullerton. I'm a biology major and I'm interested in becoming a biomedical engineer.
My name is Blanca. I'm a sophomore at Washington University in St. Louis. I'm majoring in philosophy, neuroscience, and psychology, and I'm interested in potentially becoming a licensed marriage and family therapist.
Hi everyone, I'm Kimberly. I am a third year at Georgetown University. I'm a government major and minoring in sociology.
Hi, my name is Kira. I'm a sophomore at UC Riverside. My major is ethnic studies, but I originally started as undeclared. And I don't really know what the future holds or what I plan on doing with my major, but I'm still figuring that out, and that's okay.
So the first thing that we're going to talk about is mental health. As a college student, college academically and socially can be very hard or hectic. So you need to find a balance with having a good mental health so that you can be as much of a successful student as you can. Having a good mental health and mental mindset allows you to be able to feel, act, and react in more positive and helpful ways. So it affects how you think and process things, or how we feel about other situations that we are not in control in, or how we feel and treat ourselves and other people. So this knowing about mental health doesn't just affect people that are experiencing mental health crisis. It affects everyone. So everyone should be participating and practicing good mental health skills. At CSUDH, they have a very good and effective program called the Student Psychological Services. And in this office and program, they offer a variety of different ways to help you depending on what you're looking for. So what you want to do is you're going to search up Student Psychological Services at CSUDH, and you'll click on the link, and there you'll find that the ways in that they can help you are individual counseling, support groups, therapeutic workshops, psychiatric services, or telehealth services. So for one-on-one counseling, it's about 45 minutes an appointment, but for your first appointment, it could last as long as it needs to. And students usually make appointments when they feel sadness coming, or when they're feeling overwhelmed, or when they need to heal from a certain type of trauma, but you don't need to limit yourself to reach out if you feel these things. You could go for any reason. Examples of support groups that they have right now are ecotherapy, which allows the environment and nature to help you decrease your stress. And there's also a support group for dating and relationships that helps students understand romantic connections, seeing the differences between healthy and unhealthy relationships, how to manage heartbreaks or breakups, and how to be a good romantic partner. And they also have a support group for home for students that are dealing with problems with immigration laws or political climate or status, and they can help you find methods for self-care and resources for yourself and or your family. Some examples of therapeutic workshops that they're offering are the Anxiety Toolbox, RIO, which is Recognition, Insight, and Openness, and Coping with Depression. Each one of those has a 3-session workshop that just help you understand yourself in the different ways. And just a little bit about psychiatric services. You can contact them through the website, or there's a phone number that we'll send out or have available to you to make an appointment. And telehealth services are just services on Zoom that make mental health access more accessible. So about emergency and after-hour crisis, there are different resources that you can use depending on what you're looking for or what you need. So there's a bunch of 24-hour crisis hotlines. The most common ones at CSUDH are the Harbor UCLA Medical Center Psychiatric Emergency Services or the Behavioral Health Urgent Care in Long Beach. The 24-hour crisis hotlines that they have and that they recommend for people are the National Suicide Prevention Helpline, or you can just dial 988, the National Suicide Hotline, the LA Suicide Prevention Crisis Centers, or the Lifeline Crisis Online Chat. You can find all of these on the website. For people that identify in the LGBTQIA, people who identify with that, there's mental health resources like the Trevor Project, the National Trans Lifeline, California Trans Lifeline, and the National Runaway Safe Line. And all of these numbers and websites are linked in the website, the Student Psychological Services website. And they also have hotlines and phone numbers and websites for things like assault, intimate partner violence, stalking, or domestic violence that are linked in the website. If you know anyone or you experience child abuse, there's also help with that. And you can also reach out to campus police for more information. So safety on and off campus. First of all, campus police is everywhere. You could reach them using a campus phone by dialing 911. If you dial 911 with your own cell phone, you're going to just contact the city's police. So I would use the other number, 310-243-333, using your personal phone number, because that will get you into direct contact with campus police, which will be faster to help you. And then you will see a lot of red emergency towers, and you can just click the button if you need help and they will get right to you. To stay safe on campus, there's lots of things that you can do. You can just go with your gut. If you feel something's not right, like make sure you're looking for someone that can help you stay safe. Or if you know you're going out when it's late, just take a buddy with you or go with a group of friends. Be aware and alert at all times. If you're going to parties, be responsible with what you do and keep your phone readily available. Some personal experience, like I keep pepper spray with me just in case. I would recommend that for anyone. And just look out for things that are unusual. If anyone is following you, or if there are signs on your cars. Some examples are like zip ties on your cars or something under your car. Just be cautious and aware of those things if you are on campus or if you are going to campus from home doing that type. Like just be aware and report anything that's suspicious. And lastly, for me, there are different groups and organizations that can help you learn more about mental health. So the Mental Health First Aid is a program and a course that helps teach students how to identify, understand, and respond to signs of mental illnesses and other substance use disorders. This program will give you skills to help support someone that may be developing or experiencing mental health or substance crises. There's also NAMI, which is a program that's student run that also helps spread awareness and resources to the student body and surrounding neighborhoods. And Toro Wellness is another program that provides opportunities for people that are interested in mental health and mental health awareness to connect and educate peers to resources.
What we wanted to cover is money. As you are finally becoming an independent adult, it's important that you begin to build your financial literacy. So in the next slides, I will be giving you guys some tips. So credit cards are going to be very helpful for you. Do not be intimidated by the application process. It literally takes like 5 minutes. They will request your income, and I understand that might be complicated as college students because we are not full-time employed, but they don't ask for documentation of your income, so you can just put whatever you think you can afford, because the income that you put is going to be the credit that they grant you. And here I listed the top 3 student credit cards that have benefits. Especially as a college student, it's important to start building your credit now and take advantage of the unique benefits that come with being a student. So cashback on all purchases is really important. That means when you're spending money, you're also making money. So I would urge you guys to look into credit cards. If you have a debit card at the moment, it is very much the same, only you will be making money by using a credit card. So if you guys would also like some guidance on the application, we are more than happy to help you guys through that. Lastly, in regards to money, scholarships are really important. I applied to many in my senior year and it helped me tremendously. So I would say to take advantage of the fact that you can write an essay and get money for it as a student right now. There are many different kinds of scholarships. There are cultural scholarships, there are first generation scholarships. So you can really, I would recommend dedicating a weekend to searching and applying to these scholarships, and you never know, you might be you might be rewarded for it. But if you are rewarded, I would recommend for you to have it directed towards your name specifically as opposed to the university. This way you will have more autonomy on deciding where you would like to use the funds. And if the scholarship in the terms say that they're going to write to the university, don't be scared to ask them to write in your name, because I've done that plenty of times and they've always been okay with it. So do not be intimidated. Don't hesitate.
Okay, so I'll be going over internships. So first of all, like, what is an internship? Basically, an internship is kind of like working alongside someone who is more like skilled, or like they actually work in the field that you're trying to go into. And being an intern, you usually don't get paid for it, but it's really important because depending on the field that you're going into, internships could be more or less important. But it gets you started working in the professional world, and it will open more doors for you and give you more opportunities. You get work experience and you get to learn more about the job and skill. And you also get to learn more about yourself and whether you see yourself working in this field. So yeah, that's why it's important. So the first step on how to like get an internship is to create a resume or a cover letter. You can do this by looking up templates that kind of put together all your information. And a cover letter or a resume tells someone about you and like your qualifications, your contact information, or whatever. And then the cover letter specifically it's just like one page where you introduce yourself as a person, you summarize like kind of the professional experiences that you've had, and you write about like the skills that you have, and just you can look up examples online. I promise you Google will be your friend. But the next step is to make a LinkedIn. This is basically like a professional networking website where you can find job opportunities, and it will show you jobs that are available in your area. And it will also show you like ones that you're specifically looking for. So yeah, third step is Handshake, which is kind of similar, but you can use it to find jobs. People can reach out to you. Like I've put my resume on there, and then people can reach out to me if they're like interested or whatever, or if I have the qualifications.
So I'll be going over academic counselors at Cal State Dominguez Hills and why it's important. So two counselors that I found, or academic advisors that work at Cal State Dominguez Hills, are Stephanie Cheeto and Matt Lasmaris. These are two academic counselors, and I put their contact information down below with their email, the Cal State Dominguez Hills email. And they're both philosophy. They both earned a master's in philosophy. And two of their quotes my advising philosophy leans heavily on taking a holistic approach to the overall development of students so that they are achieving their full potential, not just in their academics, but as individuals in society. And moving on to Matt, his statement is, my advising philosophy is that higher education opens the doors to a sea of opportunity. And it is his duty to instill confidence in students so that they may be better equipped with the necessary skills to fulfill their academic and career goals. So it's really important to reach out to academic counselors or academic advisors because one, they're there for you, they're your support system, whether you believe it or not. They're not just, you have people in college. Yes, you are alone for the most part in college, but there are people that you can go to help you, whether it's something academic or something more on a personal level. It is always important to reach out and to not always feel alone. So these are 3 things that I found personally about academic success and how it's been helping me. So first step is accept responsibility. Keep in mind that your academic success is only your responsibility. Your teacher is your guide, and your peers might explain your assignments to you, but you are ultimately in charge of your own achievement. We're no longer in high school. We can't rely on our peers to give us the answers or working groups. We're all in different classes. We all have different majors. We need to accept responsibility and prioritize our goals, which goes into our next step, disciplining yourself. You got to make it a habit to study for at least 2 hours every day or until you fully comprehend your work. Instead of just studying to pass a test, study to learn and comprehend. Because I promise you, if you try to sit there and learn the subject, you will learn the subject. It might take 2, 3, 4 hours, but you've learned it. That time you cram trying to study for an exam isn't going to be as beneficial because you're trying to study for an exam. There's 2 different mindsets in studying for an exam and studying to learn. Studying for an exam, you're stressing out the entire time because you want to study for MPAT. You want to ace the exam, obviously. But if you try to study just to learn, it's not as stressful, and you're able to take more of a step back and look at the entire image. And lastly, you need to stay focused. Put your academic goals first. Eliminate any detrimental influences and diversions that could keep you from achieving your goal as much as you can. There's a lot of outside friends who want to tell you to go, let's go party. We're in college. You need to prioritize your goals. Or is partying going to help you achieve your goals? Are you going to be able to finish your essay? Finish your essay. Prioritize. Stay focused. School first. You're a student.
So for involvement, this is more like getting involved in things outside of school. So why get involved? Well, it's so that schools and employers or anyone that's really looking at your like resume or whatever, it's so that they can see that you're involved in things besides school. And it overall just shows that like you're a hard worker and you're passionate and that you can handle doing multiple things at once. So they're more likely going to give you the job or the role or whatever because they can see that you are good at like juggling things. So you're a more reliable, hardworking person. So how can you get involved? Well, you can get involved in clubs, sports, internships, school events. You honestly just have to look out there and like see the opportunities and just go to them. It's your job to put yourself out there and to find things that you would like to be involved in, because this isn't high school anymore and no one's gonna tell you should do something. You're gonna have to do it by yourself. But it's being involved in stuff like this. It's not mandatory, but it's gonna be super helpful for you, especially if you start early. But to find where to get involved, you can look on your school's website, you can ask people, and also handshake, as I mentioned before.
Before we end the recording, there's something that if you are not a college student yet and you are looking into going to Dominguez Hills, there are webinars available for you to learn more about the application process and more about Dominguez Hills from a academic counselor or professor's perspective or current students from there. And you can find these opportunities on the website or on California St. Dominguez Hills University social media pages. And another thing to note is that whether you are a first-year student right now or going to be in the future, there are also first-year experience Dominguez Hills Instagram pages that help you with different tips, different programs. They host many events, and they will give you a lot of information, especially since you're a first year and you're probably needing help getting used to being on campus.